Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This might be one of the weirdest videos I've ever done. I'm stranded in a massive snowstorm in the middle of nowhere. We've had a huge dump of snow here in New Zealand, high up in the mountains. I've got my van with me and it's completely bogged in. I'm here with AB Camping, Tony. He's stranded with me too, so we're just gonna hunker down and try and survive this weather. Stuck. Tony's trying to clear a path so I can get my van up to here. My van's not going anywhere, so Tony's going to get off his max tracks. We're going to shove them down under my wheels. Hopefully I can get my van up to where I had the tent in the last video and we can just park up and crank our heaters.
Way worse than we thought it was going to be.
Well, I'm not going anywhere, even with the max tracks. The van just won't budge, so I'm getting real cold and I'm starving. Been trying to escape here all day, so I'm gonna get into the van, get some dry clothes on, get the diesel heater going, just warm up a bit. To be honest, there could be worse places to be stuck than this. I mean, this is the view that I've got from the side door of the van. It's all a mess in here, but I should be able to reorganize things. And at least I have a bed to sleep on and a heater to keep me warm. But I'm filthy. I'm just gonna get things sorted in here and I'll come back to you guys. First things first, I definitely need to get a cup of tea on. I haven't eaten anything since the morning when I packed up my tent in the last video. I'm just feeling a little bit lightheaded. So a cup of tea, a few biscuits, and some protein. It's going to get very steamy in the van. I will open up the windows and try have some ventilation, but right now it's just full on blizzarding outside. Milk. I'm dying for a cup of tea. I just want to sit back and relax. My stress level is so high. I've never been stuck before, and we are in like the middle of nowhere, so there's really no way to be rescued here. I think once I have a tea, I can unwind and everything will make a bit more sense. Let that brew for 4 minutes, so the English say. This is not a bad space to be trapped in. I do have pretty awesome views out to the lake. Not that I can really see anything because it's just all white and snow falling. I'll try and show you soon, but it's quite special. Let's have a quick look outside, see what we're dealing with. Completely stuck and just snow everywhere. Look at it. I'll get out of the van soon and have a little walk around and show you guys what's going on. But for now, priority one is relax. Glorious milk. All right, finally I can sit back and chill out. If you watched the video before this one, I was camping in the big hot tent, not far from here because the van didn't make it very far. And packing that thing down was just a gargantuan, is that even a word? Effort. But I'm here now, I'm in the van. And yeah, I really am feeling a bit out of my comfort zone. I'm not sure if you guys can tell. I'm highly flustered. I feel tense. So I'm going to do my best to try and relax and enjoy this, but it feels like I'm a million miles away from home here, because I really am. But I did bring food for like 2 weeks, so I should be okay. Worst case, I just get very, very bored. But at least I have you guys to talk to. And Tony from AB Camping's actually up behind me in his truck too, so we're both here stranded. I found some Tim Tams. A little 2-pack here. The van is like overloaded with gear. I wasn't intending to stay in it, so I know all this stuff is in here, but it's just going to be a matter of finding it under the pile of everything else that's stashed in here. But I'll do a Tim Tam slam and cheer myself up. That is actually quite helpful. I can't even remember the last time I've been this stressed. I know some of you guys are going to be like, what is there to worry about? But I think if you're in my position, being as isolated as I am, and everything that's gone on before this video, you'd probably understand. Fully saturated and soggy. That noise you can hear, it's the diesel heater. And honestly, I'm so grateful that I kitted out the van with the diesel heater, because if I didn't have that right now, I mean, I would survive because I've got so much down insulation. It would just be miserable. So hopefully I can dry some of my gear out and just keep the environment in here kind of, you know, not too humid. But the winds are picking up, the snow's falling outside, and slowly but surely I'm starting to relax. I'll probably have to take the down jacket off soon. It gets pretty hot in here with the heater cranking, even though outside it's probably below freezing. Last time I was here camping down by the lakeshore in the van, I got it so warm that I was in a t-shirt. But I do have quite a few windows open right now to try and force some moisture out because I got so much wet gear. But yeah, eventually I think it'll be real toasty. Sleep's gonna be good later on the glorious bed. Oh, what a setup I've made. The back window of the van's just getting caked in snow. I can see down to the lake and there's heaps falling right now, but I think it's supposed to ease off in the night. But the temperatures are dropping, which isn't gonna be good though, because we want the snow to melt so we can get out of here. But that's a problem for another day. Get some lighting going, up the ambience level. And I'm heating up fast, man. Real fast. That's better. I can lean back against my battery tower with all my pillows on my big foam pad. And just watch more snow pile up and feel an impending sense of doom. Look at all this mess. Got a little bit of floor area down here where the diesel heater outlet is. And the whole front seats. And behind them is just jam-packed with gear from my last camp. I do have curtains which close off the cockpit, but I think I'll leave those as they are for now. Plus, I'll leave the back just because it works a bit better this way. But it's pretty cozy once these are all drawn up. It really does stop some drafts off the windows, which is nice. We'll head outside for a little look around. I'll show you the situation out here. Oh, man, it's pretty cold. Still snowing. Fancy that. It was the forecast. Sometimes the forecasting is right. So, the current situation. I'll spin the camera around so you can see. I'm completely bogged in here. Van is on its belly. I even tried to use the max tracks, which didn't work. This is just deep, deep snow. So there's not really a whole lot I can do out here. I'll show you around, but it's just a wasteland of snow and ice and slush. But the van, whoa, I'm slipping and sliding. It's pretty cozy. I think I'll just get back in there and won't come out again for the whole night because it's getting dark so quick. But as I said, tomorrow's a new day and we'll deal with the challenges then. My survival capsule. Back in. Close this up. Everything's wet again. The snow is like sleet, which is kind of a pain. Doesn't sheen off the jackets. As soon as it hit you, it melts. That is kind of a good sign though. It might warm up a bit. I'll get these clothes off and we'll do some analysis of the forecast and see what we're in for. It is so much warmer inside. This is my little carbon monoxide detector, but it also tells you the temperature. You can see there, 13 degrees Celsius, which is actually pretty pleasant. I think I'll be able to get it hotter too, once I keep everything closed in for a bit. Look what I've got going on down here. This thing here is the diesel heater outlet. It's just blowing really hot air into my boots and up into the rain jacket and just everything else. The sound of it is kind of annoying, but I can chuck in earplugs when I sleep, which makes it dead quiet. But honestly, it's so much better having it than not. Without it, this would be like being inside of a fridge. So here's the local forecast for the Canterbury High Country. I'll just quickly read it to you guys so you have a bit more of an understanding of what's going on. Okay, so tomorrow, occasional rain falling as snow above 600 meters. That's not good because I'm at 1,150. The winds are 70 kilometers per hour and the freezing level, 1,000 meters dropping to 700. Okay, that's critically bad. That means the snow's not melting. And on here, there's just a whole host of warnings. Pretty much saying don't leave your house, and if you do, you're an idiot. I am prepared though. And if I go through to Thursday, which is 2 days from now, more snow, 700 meters, freezing level, 900 meters lowering to 700. More road snow, 4 warnings. All right, so nothing's probably gonna melt at all. It's times like these, you gotta reevaluate your life and think about like, what are the choices that led me to this moment? I'll have a long time to ponder that over the coming days. But yeah, it's pitch black now, fully dark. It's getting real steamy in here. You can probably see my face going red because it's quite hot and just wind and snow hitting my face all day. But I think I'm gonna organize things, get it a bit more tidy if I can, and think about doing dinner at some point tonight. And it's not like I have a shortage of food, so I can pretty much pick from anything. My only concern is I don't really want to cook fatty, stinky stuff inside the van. So I'll probably do something that has minimal splattering, because there probably will be opportunities to cook outside in the coming days or whenever if I can't get out of here. So we'll try to go for a clean, low mess option. Oh no, look at this condensation. I'm gonna try and mop some of it up and wring this out outside. It's so wet in here. It's just gonna come back too. Roast chicken, cheese, brioche bun sandwich, burger type thing. Should be real easy. It doesn't require much cooking, which is good for being inside here. Should be high flavor as well. Just want to warm these, I don't really need to cook it. Get the brioche nice and soft. A bit of a melt on the cheese, that's pretty nice. Put the top ones on. Actually, I know what I'll do. I've got some of the onion jam, or caramelized onion relish. I think it's what it's actually called. A healthy dollop onto each. And we'll get the chicken on. This is so convenient, this stuff. And it tastes great. Shredded chicken. Roasted. Let's get tons of it on there. I need some protein. Pretty much have had none today. Not good for my gains. Load them right up. And there we have it, folks. Steaming chicken sandwiches while stranded. Well, that is good. This is so random. You guys have seen me camp in some pretty crazy storms, like way up in the mountains. And I think what you guys have to realize is, I'm not like making this up. I walk 3 hours or so into these remote spots in the worst possible weather with my little tents and pitch them up. And it's usually a sleepless, crazy night. But where I'm going with this is, this situation here, I feel more stressed than when I'm doing that, which is kind of strange. And it might not make sense to a lot of you, but when I'm up there, I feel like I'm free to escape, even though I probably can't at any time. Here, I feel like I'm burdened down with all this stuff. It's a bit of a weird feeling. I guess I'm a bit more of a wild camper than I am like a big luxury setup type person, but it's just how I feel, you know? Thought I'd share it with you guys while I have my dinner. Well, this is not how I imagined my evening going at all. I honestly thought I'd be able to get out of here, and in hindsight, that was really dumb to think that, because I seen Tony driving his huge V8 Land Cruiser, and even he was getting stuck, and I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll be alright, I'll follow on his tracks. Pretty much instantly, scooped up, bottomed out, wheels spinning. Sometimes you gotta learn these things firsthand, and you know, that experience will stick with me for quite some time. This is going to be a memorable camp, I reckon. But yeah, I feel better now after dinner. Finish off the rest of this chicken. Maybe the protein will help me push my van out tomorrow. My rain jacket's completely bone dry now. And I've had my shoes down here in front of the heater. It's all dry too. And the condensation problem's getting better. I've got this window here cracked open, so I guess the hot air is like circulating and forcing out there in the front monsoon as well. It's drying out, which is surprising. I'm pretty tempted to look outside though, just to see what's going on. I think I'll do it. What's going on out there? Oh no! Snow! Stop snow! Still snowing. I don't think that's accumulating much. It's very sleety snow. I've been doing a bit more analysis of the weather, and there's a chance that tomorrow the temperature lifts a bit just to cause a melt, which might be enough that we can maybe try and get out of here. The problem with the van is though, the front axle just sits so low that it plows into the snow and then it scoops itself up and bellies out, and then my wheels just spin. That's what happened to me in the spot that I'm in now. But I'm feeling pretty good. I think it's time to probably have a hot chocolate and just keep myself warm. And of course, I'm going to put the marshmallows in. How many do we need? I think we'll do 3. I need to ration them because I might be here another night. Oh yeah, man. They're dissolving and infusing with the rich dark cocoa flavour. Sweet marshmallowy goodness. Should I turn on my big old school light? Check this thing out. This is the original from the van. It's running off the starter battery though, not off my big additional one, so I don't like using it too much. But I really like that it kept the original character of the build in here. If you're wondering, this is a Toyota Hiace Super Custom 2002 all-wheel drive. It's a pretty unique vehicle. Makes a great camper. It's not the best at off-road, obviously, but the conditions that we have here are kind of extreme. It's not often in New Zealand we get heavy snow like we did on this trip. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, go watch the video before this one and you'll see what I mean. My tent got completely buried. That was insane. I had to wake up and scoop the snow off it. And this other guy who's camping here with his grandson down by the lakeshore, he came over and talked to me. He said his tent pretty much collapsed on him in the middle of the night. He didn't wake up fast enough to rectify the issues, but man, it just goes to show like how solid my tent was, the Nortent Gammy 6 I think it's called. And just the ferocity of the snow. That was a proper dump. It's a pretty cool setup in here, isn't it? It's like a retro lounge. My own little apartment on wheels that I can take anywhere and get stranded in. It's pretty cool that I can still fit all of my wild camping gear and massive tent setups in here too. Happy with the build and how it turned out. I think this is only the 3rd time that I've actually used the camper like this. Maybe the 4th since I've had it renovated. I'm gonna check the temperature. It feels warm in here now. What does it say? 15 degrees Celsius. And I have a window open right here. And the front passenger cracked, so there's a air gap for the monsoon flap. I need to open some more windows. I wonder if it's snowing. Can I see? Oh yeah, there's a few flakes still hitting the front windshield. Man, I can't wait for it to clear up. Try to get a bit of view out. Oh, yep. It is snowing. It doesn't feel as cold out there though. This is a promising sign. Oh, it's quite nice to get some fresh air. I'm not going to go out for a walk around though. I'll save that to tomorrow. I spent way too much time outside today. I just want to hunker down in the van and be warm and cozy. I'm digging into my rations and having a protein bar. What riveting content. Good old protein bar to the rescue. I'm gonna have to dump some heat. I'm opening the door. This is so warm. Oh, it's almost cleared up out there too. Snow's almost stopped. I have hope. I went outside for a look around. It probably wasn't a good idea. I was starting to get my hopes up that the weather was turning favourably for an escape tomorrow, but it did not really seem like it when I went out there. It was still snowing and there wasn't too much slush going on. But anyway, tomorrow's a new day and it could bring redemption. I'm not going to sleep yet, even though it is pretty late, 8:48. It's been a crazy day. I'm just going to lie back, chill out. I think I'll come back to you guys and say goodnight later. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night. It's going to be a big day tomorrow, and I'm completely knackered, so I'm going to switch all the lights off. I'll probably leave the diesel heater running for now. And yeah, I should be cozy on the big foam mat with my Zen Bivy Trek Zip Bed or whatever it's called. But I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully my situation improves. Until then, good night, guys. Oh. These will do the trick. Some dirty Makonas in the van. Oh. All of my condensation is completely gone. That's amazing. There's literally none. Oh, a tiny bit on the window. Cheers, guys. I'll get myself set up on my seat. Don't want to spill this coffee. That would be disastrous. Oh. There we go. Oh, man. Hey, you can see Tony's truck in the shot through the window. I'm not sure if I mentioned, he's here with me. Oh, we're both stuck. Probably me more so than him. He could actually get out maybe. Because he's such a nice guy, he's staying here with me to help get me out of here. But honestly, I checked the weather again, and the forecast is for temperatures to get colder and colder and more snow tonight. So today's my only chance really. So I'm gonna have this coffee, and I'm gonna get outside, start shoveling the snow out underneath the van, and see if I can at least get back onto the road. Oh, that feels good. Coffee on the lips. On a positive note, I had a fantastic sleep. I only woke up once in the night, around about 3 a.m. And now it's 7:30. And it looks pretty gloomy outside. But I think, all I can do today is try my best, which is what I'm going to do. Have the coffee, and then I'm going to go straight out and see what the situation is. I'm going to get it all wet in here again. If I get my clothes all damp, I guess I can begin the drying process from scratch. Ugh, nothing's melted. So much cold, fresh air is coming gushing in now. It's actually kind of nice. It gets pretty stuffy, I reckon, with the heater on constantly. I think I'll finish this coffee, then I'll get up and we'll have a look around. All right, up and out of the van. We've had a meeting with Tony and Dave, another camper who's down by the lake, stuck with his grandson. And we're gonna try, have a team effort, forge a path and get out of here. Tony gave me another soft shackle to attach so my front bumper can probably get towed without getting ripped off. But first thing first, I'm gonna try to dig out my van and at least get it back up onto the road. So with teamwork, we might be able to do it. Got to get it out from under the van so the wheels can get traction on the ground. There's just so much packed in under there. Oh. Hopefully I dug enough out. I just won't move. I'm not even sure where it's lifting up. Try again. Oh, I'm getting covered in mud. I've made it out of my wallow, but I'm dripping with sweat. That was so much digging, and that was just to get moving. This is ridiculous. It's starting to snow as well. I want to sort the van out and see if I can get moving a bit. I wonder how Tony's getting on. In times like this, I wish I had a bigger vehicle. Nah, I love my van. It's a good wee base. Somewhere in here's the road. And yeah. Oh my goodness. This just looks absolutely hopeless for me. There I am way back down there. Even getting up this hill, probably impossible. Okay, there's no chance the van's getting out of here. The drifts are just way too big. So the plan is, I want to load up a backpack with my camera gear, my valuable stuff, and we're going to get into Tony's truck and hopefully he can push through. The other dude, Dave, down by the lake, he's just completely screwed, so we're going to give him some supplies. He's going to have to wait it out, but yeah, I'll be leaving the van here. Hopefully it's okay. I'll have to come back and get it in a couple of weeks or so. So I'll fill up my backpack and get on with that. Got everything valuable in my backpack and supplies if we get stuck another night. And I've got the van ready for hibernation. Poor thing's gonna be left here and it's gonna drop to like -10. So hopefully she's all right, you know? But anyway, I think I'm gonna get my pack into the back of Tony's truck and we're gonna try push our way out. All right, the van is locked up. Hopefully there's no water in there or anything to freeze and explode, but we're leaving her here probably for a couple of weeks or so. Whoa! And hopefully Dave, the dude camped down at the lake, he'll keep an eye on it because he's gonna have to wait this out. But into the truck and hopefully to home.
Mind your head on the snowshoes and stuff.
Shivers, man. Whoa, sitting up nice and high. Look, I even got a little handle. It's like it's built for this.
Get out of here.
Your mudguard's hitting the chain.
Yeah, I know. That is the least of my concerns right now.
Oh my god, I need one of these. This is quite fun. How much did you spend on this again?
You don't want to know.
Oh
A lot.
my goodness. Holy moly, what are you revving at? 2,300?
I'm in second gear, low range. Where's the road?
Here we go, into the abyss. Oh my god.
It's digging and crawling, digging and crawling.
Oh, the road is, we're on the road.
Are we on the road?
I think so, you could see it on the edge, the tussock's
Oh, yeah,
up there.
yeah. We must not go into the ditch.
What are we at?
2.5.
Nearly pushing 3,000. Now on the flats. It's kind of like we're in a little tank.
If you want to see something, stick that out the back and look at the rear wheels.
Look, you gotta roll these down old school. No beautiful electronics like the van. Holy moly! Oh. Gunning it, but we're slowing down. Whoa! We're full diff lock. Turn to the left.
I have no steering. I might have to do front dip here just to get back on the road. Alright, this is low range, second gear.
Look how deep this stuff is. I'm not even touching the ground. Oh, this is going to be a long, long drive. I think she's going to make it though. It's going to use a lot of fuel. There's no way the van would even get in the slush. I mean, look at it. It just keeps going down and down. If we can make it to the gate, should be all right. I reckon the snow's like, if I dig down to the ground, close to my waist, man. This is deep.
That's drift snow.
Yeah. Whew. It's wet too, and it compacts to just like hard, icy, slushy. Oh, it's gross. Beautiful smell of diesel.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh. This might be one of the worst bits.
Yeah. This is why you need a heavy duty 1000 Nm clutch. Well, I can't see anything.
Maybe to the left of it?
Yeah.
The mudguard and fender's getting ripped off at the back. Oh my god. This stuff's over my knees. Almost to my waist. I reckon we might make it. Not in a million years would the van get through here. We got a bit stuck here, had to use the recovery boards, and I've dug a little channel to try and find the road. So Tony's gonna punch it. Hopefully we can get going. It's not too far to the gate, but it seems like an eternity.
In the words of Deadpool, maximum effort.
Yeah. All right. Whoa. The rear mud guards are just destroyed. I think the fenders are getting ripped off too. Oh, there it goes. This is mental. They got out of the truck just to provide some footprint so you can actually see where the road is, because you just can't see anything out here. But that's the gate and the tower, and then it's all downhill from that point. Well, apart from a few little rises we got to go up, so maybe we get in there. This is mental though. Honestly, I've never seen anything like it. Uh-oh. It's quite a steep ditch. You want to be more out this way? Might need the recovery boards. Here it is, the cattle stop. Hopefully from here it gets easier, but it probably won't, man. At least it's downhill. And we're through. Nice. Now I have to step across this without falling into it. Quite treacherous. All right, I think we're in the clear now. You can see the snow level has completely dropped here. We're down about 150 meters. So we're gonna take the chains off and I reckon we can boost out. But yeah, I think that is the strangest, weirdest video I've ever done. But I hope you guys enjoy it. It's just the raw, real experience of going camping in these conditions. Like, you know, it is what it is, and filming it's pretty cool. So I think that's enough. I'll see you in the next one. Say goodbye, Tony.
Bye, Tony.
Anyway, farewell. Peace out.